I'm gonna hope that the stream is fixed now. I have no fucking clue what's going on. Said that I was live. I was watching the live stream in my other tab. And yeah. Weird. YouTube's got to get that shit together. I don't know what goes on. Like, it does this every time. Last time I was streaming, but I wasn't streaming, if that makes sense. So like let me test now. That was 20 minutes of stream and it wasn't actually streaming. I don't know how that happens. Okay, so I'm gonna like let me see now. Let me look. And I guess I should have noticed when my chat wasn't on screen that something was up. My chat's so low. Get up here. So let me see what happens now. Okay, the chat works now. Let me move it. All right. I'm gonna fix this shit and we're gonna get back into the video. I don't know what just happened, but it's all good. Shit happens. I'm gonna re-put the Discord link and all that, and then we're gonna get back to it. Pretty much this video is Itachi versus Gojo. We established that chakra can be injected into people who don't have it, so genjutsu is probable, and that also the Yada Mirror is probable to be used against what do you call it? Against, you know, purple, red, and blue, all that stuff that is used typically by Gojo. We haven't talked about Infinity yet, but we will probably get there soon. Let me pin this. It'll let me. And hopefully now the stream is fixed. I'm very sorry about that. I don't know how that happened just now. That means I have to repost the link and all that everywhere as well. So that's fun. Give me a second. Almost done, guys. Sorry. I'll play the video. He's stuck on this man's twisted ass arms.
Just a very massive supply of cursed energy. However, within the manga, we know that this isn't the case, as what truly happens is that the Six Eyes is actually able to manipulate cursed energy on such a precise level to where Gojo can use the smallest amount of it in order to power and activate large-scale attacks, such as Hollow Purple. Moving on to speed, characters within Jujutsu Kaisen are consistently shown to cap around the lightning levels of speed, also known as hypersonic, although this may be different for Gojo, with Gojo being able to teleport, which is regarded as instantaneous with numerous non-colloquial.
Okay, I hope he does not consider that a speed feat. Teleportation is not a speed feat. Okay, so let's talk about that right now. Teleportation is not a speed feat. If that is the case, if that is infinite speed, then Naruto, who Itachi can keep up with. No, not Naruto. My fault. Actually, scratch that Naruto part. Let me take a step back. Characters like Minato, Tobirama have infinite speed. Naruto can keep up with those characters. And on top of that, Itachi can keep up with Naruto. So I really do hope he's not going to make a teleportation is equal to infinite speed. That's not how that works. Teleportation is a hex. It's an ability. It's not a speed feat.
Definitions, again, defining them as such, and even characters such as Maki, Choso, Obito, and Naya are stated to cap around the Mach 2 ranges of power and or speed. However, with the calc of Mai's bullet, this can shoot up to around Mach 36, give or take. If we take the state,
I'm gonna say off the top of my head, and to be honest, I shouldn't be watching this because it's probably gonna have spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm still in the process of reading and watching, but I'm gonna try to like watch this and like turn my brain off a little bit so I don't get too spoiled. The speed, actual speed wise, from what I know, this is the best speed feat, and it calcs to like hypersonic to massively hypersonic. So
Statements of Gojo being the pinnacle of power within the verse, which is very consistent. Seeing how Gojo as a child was stated to bring balance to the world based off of his sheer existence alone, then the character known as Yuki, another special grade, would scale below that of Gojo, and Gojo would scale above this cursed technique of the black hole, then Gojo can potentially have faster than light speeds. With a black hole being
see, this is too. You see how roundabout that was just now? Like, okay, let's go back and try to like keep up with what he just said. Let's try.
the calc of my bullet, this can shoot up to
Mach 3. Okay.
around Mach 36, give or take.
Yes, I agree that that Maki is massively hypersonic, which would make Gojo at least massively hypersonic.
If we take the statements of Gojo being the pinnacle of power within the verse, which is very consistent.
Yes.
Seeing how Gojo as a child was stated to bring balance to the world based off of his sheer existence.
That's cool.
And the character known as Yuki, another special grade, would scale below that of Gojo, and Gojo would scale above this cursed technique of the black hole.
So I guess what he's saying is because Gojo is considered the strongest in the verse and he scales above a black hole technique, the issue with this is, and I don't know the context, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. Was this black hole an actual black hole, or is it just called that? I am in a position where I can't really look up too much because, like I said, I don't want to spoil myself too much. Maybe I shouldn't even pick this video in hindsight. I kind of forgot that I'm not done with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not caught up. But if the technique is just called a black hole and it's not actually a black hole, then he's not FTO.
And Gojo can potentially have faster light speeds, with a black hole being a dying star.
L is watching. I am new here. Yes, welcome, man. Mind if I ask a question about Dragon Ball scaling? No, I do not mind. You guys can ask whatever questions you want. Put that in chat. Let's see what y'all talking about. Obito, Kakashi, neg Gojo. That is what I said. I said if he had done Obito versus and Kakashi versus Gojo, I would already know the answer. I don't need to really watch anymore because I know how his ability works. Itachi has no way of bypassing infinity, nor can he deal with his domain expansion, which will just paralyze him with unlimited information. And this is a Gojo who can constantly maintain infinity, not a freshly awakened one. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fair stance. Yeah, that's a good point. But at this point, I'm already into the video, and everybody else is invested. So if I gotta get spoiled, I gotta get spoiled. The sacrifices I make for my community.
Light being the fastest physical thing known to men in the real world, and with light possibly being the peak of the JJK series after its current hypersonic cap. Even Gojo's hollow purple is stated to use tachyon particles or imaginary particles within it, which would hypothetically move at the speed of light at
That's hypothetical, so we're gonna just disregard that.
minimum.
It's cool. I'm not saying he's wrong for bringing up like hypotheticals in his video, but it's just I'm gonna disregard that for my own basis on who wins and why, because that was completely and utterly just it doesn't have to be basis.
Consistently, however, with Kashimo's lightning now being within the verse, characters such as Gojo can maybe move up to relativistic speeds consistently.
Massively hypersonic.
If you
Not real.
Gojo is faster than the return stroke of lightning, which is 1/3 the speed of light, and if you think Kashimo's cursed energy generated lightning is the same and or equivalent as actual generated lightning. Going back to Gojo's Limitless, as I did gloss over it a little, it would go like this, and if you want an in-depth analysis of Limitless, the author of JJK itself, Gege Akutami, defined it as such. Gojo's curse technique is like the convergent infinite numbers that appears in Achilles and the tortoise, brought into reality. However, the infinite number involved in Gojo's curse technique is fantasy. The repeating addition of numbers gives birth to...
If you were to highball fuse Zamasu, it's like the highest you can go. Where would you place him? Outer versal. If you and this is highball. Highball. Let me say that. Highballing Zamasu, he would be outer versal. You wanna know why I say this? Because if you take it at face value and kind of disregard everything around it, you could say, oh, he was gonna fuse with every single universe, and as such, the Omni King would have had to kill or destroy every single universe. And at that point, he was seeping into other realities, and he could do this on an infinite scale because his name is Infinite Zamasu. So he has infinite everything. So yeah, that's like that is my brain dead highball. Now, if you're saying a reasonable highball, he would be low multi. So like Like Imagine said, low to high multi. I think fair Zamasu scale would be like high universal to low multiversal. If you're talking about infinite Zamasu, like fused Zamasu. I don't know actually which Zamasu are we talking about? Oh, fused. How about fused Zamasu? Yeah. Yeah. So he would range between the low ball of high universal to the high ball of outer versal if you want to do that. Um, by just saying he's infinite, so he could infinitely spread throughout universes because he was unkillable and his power was reaching multiversal levels and just spreading from there. But that is a complete and utterly insane idea to say. So don't actually use that anywhere. I would recommend you don't use that. Purple is simply just combining reverse curse technique red and curse purple technique blue. Yeah, I know that. That's creating impossibilities in space time. The impossibility erases atoms and molecules. Yeah, I know that much. I'm not like new to Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm just not done with it yet. My girlfriend wants me to watch it with her. I've told her, I have an obligation to my community. My voice cracked. I have an obligation to my community because it's what I do. And obviously, eventually, I'm gonna have to read it. But I'm trying to wait up. Trying to wait up for her. So right now, I am pretty much caught up with the anime, and that's it. Of course, I know a couple spoilers here and there because I watch this content, but I don't know like everything, if that makes sense. I can't even see that alert. Thank you for the sub. I need to fix and like reorganize everything. Like everything's out of whack right now. It's supposed to be down here. This can go away. There we go. What else? Mostly because with the new Mortal Kombat game, Fire God Liu Kang seems like a banger fused Zamasu matchup. But every time you look at his feats, he ends up multi while Zamasu is mid ball to like uni. Yeah, it's because in his actual like form, he didn't do anything. Like all we know is that he killed the Supreme Kai and took over the Earth, and that's it. And likely other planets, but he chills on Earth for whatever reason. But that's it. All we know is that he ruled a alternate timeline universe. That's it. We don't have any other feats for him. The only time he gets his low multi is when he started seeping through multiple into the other timelines and thus another universe, and likely was going to do that to others over time. So yeah, I just remember Jujutsu is very grounded in terms of AP and speed. You won't be seeing people casually blow up planets and whatnot. Yeah, I'm aware. That's why it stays similar to Naruto, and that's why this battle is even likely to be a thing. You love me, Jesus. Love you too. Glad you enjoy the content that much. I appreciate it.
Not only can he slow down moving objects, he can create spaces that seem to suck in objects. In the scene where Jogo says the information has no end, you might already have an idea of what that's supposed to mean. But if you were to use this strictly as what's seen as an example, it's more like this. I can see everything should be I can feel like I can see everything. End quote. This would mean that to a regular person, Gojo cannot be touched, and not only would he slow them down, but he would also completely stop them.
Yeah.
Going over Achilles' paradox as it follows, and even though I have some issues with it itself, the paradox concerns a rate between the fleet-footed Achilles and a slow-moving tortoise. The two start moving at around the same moment, but if the tortoise is initially given a head start and continues to move ahead, Achilles can run at any speed and will never catch up to it. Zeno's argument rests upon the presumption that Achilles must first reach the point where the tortoise started, by which the time the tortoise will have moved on ahead. Even but a small distance to another point, by the point Achilles traverses, the distance would have been to another latter point, the tortoise would have moved on ahead to another point, and so on and so forth. However, this isn't true, seeing how if the tortoise gets a head start, which is true, he would have to cross the point in which the tortoise started. If Achilles is then faster than the tortoise, however, he would pass the tortoise before the tortoise hits the finish line due to the difference in speed. The only way this
I'm really trying to
works
understand
is if
this
Achilles is the
paradox.
same
It's kind
speed
of
as the tortoise, but this also paradox is also debunked by
so the issue with this in general, and this is why a lot of people get turned off by Jujutsu Kaisen. Like in general, I've talked to like some people about Jujutsu Kaisen, and they get very annoyed with how the author tries to kind of correlate everything back to science, but then it just ends up more confusing than just explaining it in the verse as just being a curse technique. Um, for example, this example, insane. Like, there's a much better way to simplify this than the example he's using, even though it is the one that the verse is given. Like, you can't really blame the video creator. There's nothing wrong with the video. He's explaining it the best he can. But yeah, I think Meep pretty much explained it the best way. You just would have to have infinite or irrelevant speed. Actually, irrelevant is probably the safest to say. You probably have to have irrelevant speed. To cancel out Limitless, or of course have some type of way to cancel it out, or bypass spatial manipulation.
And as time progressed, so did other philosophical ideas and conceptions and other stuff like that. One more thing before I end off Gojo's section is the very highball and wake interpretation of the prison realm, where Gojo states that there is no time within it, however, is still able to take off his eye covering out and wear it, which would hyperliterally, of course, make Gojo inaccessible speed.
Not inaccessible. If there's no time, he has irrelevant speed.
However, this is severe wank, and if you were to take this statement hyperliterally, and it's not. We also know that this isn't true.
Although they are the same thing, I think irrelevant speed is a better way to put it.
Realm, which would inherently contradict the aforementioned statement. Another thing I want to say is that Gojo does not have an infinite supply of cursed energy. Gojo has an infinite access of his limited supply of cursed energy.
Yes.
This misconception is due to the ability of his cursed technique being called infinity, which is just an overall name fallacy and doesn't necessarily prove that he has infinite
I agree.
cursed energy.
He does not have infinite cursed energy. It's stated multiple times that some opponents have more than him. He just has a very, 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 very great grasp on that energy. And as we know in Jujutsu Kaisen, the better you are able to wield your cursed energy, the less you burn through. So it comes off as infinite, even though it's not. It's like if you had a car that was optimized to run on gas at the best fucking degree possible, and you only put 10 gallons in it, you might be able to drive for 100 miles on that 10 gallons because of the optimization of the car. Whereas a car that has 100 gallons of gas in it that isn't optimized is going to guzzle through that in like 4 hours. This is that. Pretty simple.
Via his jack part, and potentially Yuta if you believe the endless or boundless means truly infinite and not very large or vast. But Tempest, without the immeasurable or limitless void, and how will Itachi be able to combat against it? Well, within the Itachi Midnight and Daylight Light novels, respectively, it's verbatim stated that Itachi can not only control all of space, time, and matter within the Tsukuyomi, but that the Tsukuyomi is infinite in size. I don't want to be disingenuous and say that he could take sets of infinity to the brain, but yes, he will be able to endure that of Gojo's domain expansion, at least to a limited extent. As for the limitless technique of infinity though, Itachi cannot pass it and has no way to do so unless you think Genjutsu doesn't travel as I said prior, then he would win and then Genjutsu would work on Gojo. However, even with that,
Itachi's best win condition would be to Genjutsu at the start of the fight. And that is under the assumption that his chakra can bypass the infinity. We don't, like he said, we don't know if it travels instantly. I would like to believe it does, but we just don't know. There's no way of knowing that. If chakra travels instantly and it's not like something that has to move at a speed to reach Gojo, meaning that, you know, instant speed obviously is instant, so it would bypass infinity because it has a relevant speed. Then yeah, Gojo's doomed. That's it, GG. But we don't know that. We don't know if it can bypass it.
That being said, Gojo is much slower than that of Itachi by a far, far margin. It would be able to tag Itachi on almost any occasion. So technically, this is a draw battle. Although it's more in Itachi's favor, as the win cons for Itachi are Genjutsu, whilst Gojo seemingly has none due to the difference in massive gap in speed.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I don't know though. I feel like Gojo stat wise, like AP wise, is kind of similar. Well, no, maybe not. Itachi kind of upscales off of the characters he fought. That means Killer Bee and Naruto, and he was able to box with them and hang with both of them while holding back. So yeah, no, yeah, he has a point. Gojo doesn't even have a win condition. Gojo just either isn't gonna get touched, or he's gonna get Genjutsu'd. You could argue that he hits him with an infinite void, but who do you think's gonna get their move off faster if we're going off of speed here? Like, let's be real. And if you really want to argue, you know, if Genjutsu works, like I said, and you want to wank Itachi, where he was able to make people live out their lives in instants, then yeah, his genjutsu would be an instantaneous move, as such, bypassing infinity. But like I said, I'm not fully caught up on JJK, whereas I am with Naruto. So I'm gonna say it's like a 50-50. This is a great video though. Got a little wordy around here, but every time Jujutsu Kaisen is brought up, it gets fucking wordy. Let's see what's going on in chat. Yeah. Because every opponent Gojo has gone up against has finite speed. Yeah, so it's like we just don't know yet. I don't think Jujutsu Kaisen will ever get to the point where anyone has infinite speed, so we're just never gonna know. I saw this. I'm gonna preview it later because I don't think this is a video that I should bother with for the stream. Vader versus Obito. This is by Tyler Ned. Check out his channel. I'm gonna put the video in the comments here. Not comments, but the chat. Throw some love, subscribe, comment, tell them Zeref sent you. If you guys disagree with the video, go into the comments and tell them, hey, Zeref sent me. This video sucks. Or Zeref sent me. This video is great. Whatever it may be. I'm not gonna tell you how to feel. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, and we're gonna figure that out in a couple seconds. See how the stream's looking? Cool. Let's go.
Crisis's channel and check him out, but go look at the most recent live stream we did where he and I both debunked the Death Battle. You see, Death Battle insists that Legends and canon Star Wars are equal, which is just blatantly false. They're two different continuities. It's like comparing Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super at that point. So for the sake of the video, we'll just be sticking with Star Wars Legends as they have and continue to lean on it for their scaling. Now, since Screw Attack discussed Vader's power first, I'll be first starting off with discussing Obito's scaling. I like to start off with his abilities as that's what he's notorious for. As we know, Obito Uchiha is, well, an Uchiha, and the Uchiha are known for their Sharingan. The Sharingan...
I got a very good comment. Bro, my English sucks today, y'all. I'm so sorry. I got a very good comment. Dark Shine versus All Might. Who would win? That's a good question. I don't know. Like, okay. So let's have a little fun, y'all. I got y'all. So let's do that. Darkshine versus All Might is an interesting battle. All right. So I'm gonna stop this video real quick just so we can touch on that before I forget it. Maybe that's a video. But we're gonna talk about it on stream because if you're here on the stream, y'all deserve to be the first ones to hear about my opinion on that. So let's just cut that. And let's go ahead and get everybody's favorite website. Y'all already know. What is everybody's favorite power scaling website? It's gonna be Versus Battle Wiki. They've never been wrong ever, guys. Ever. When has Versus Battle Wiki ever been wrong? It didn't take them months to accept Master Roshi at Moon level. They would never do that. They didn't downgrade they didn't downgrade Garo and Saitama multiple times before finally accepting multi-solar. They didn't do that. They never would do that. But we're gonna use Versus Battle Wiki because it's the generally used wiki despite those things. And we will compare what they have to think. So let's get the tab up. We're here. I have ads on so y'all can know I'm supporting Versus Battle Wiki. It's my favorite wiki. Okay. So this is Dark Shine. Super Alloy Dark Shine. So before we scroll down and look at it, listen. Me personally, I'm going to put Dark Shine around mountain level. Okay? I'll put Dark Shine around mountain level. That's me. Okay? So let's scroll down and see what they said. Okay. At least mountain level. Versus whoever, and they got the best thing. Okay, I can't even be mad. I was over here making fun of them, but they actually have, this page is pretty accurate. Yeah, I can't be mad at this. This is actually pretty accurate. Mountain level with Master Hypersonic. Now then, they still don't have flash. Stop lying. Yes, they do have flashes last at FTL. Quit it. Stop it. Yes, they do. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Yes, they do. They better. They do. 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 Stop, bro. They fixed it. They fixed it. They did have him at like massively hypersonic or something, but I think they fixed it. They've been doing better, y'all. Let's give them a chance. They fixed some things. Like if we go to Garrow, we go to Garrow here, and we go to yeah, they have him at massively FTL. They fixed some stuff. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's right here. I thought they said he was star level. I say stop playing. I was gonna say stop playing. Okay. All right. So let's get back on track. So we have Dark Shine at mountain level. Okay. Here's All Might. Okay. Can somebody confirm this? Okay. I'm quiet because I'm a little perplexed. I gotta confirm this because large island level Deku sound kind of crazy. Yep. If we're using versus battle wiki, oh, this website don't even work. If we're using versus battle wiki, Darkshawn's getting clapped. I mean, I guess Darkshawn gets clapped. To be honest though, if we are using like my honest opinion without using versus battle wiki, from what I know, Darkshawn's gonna put up a pretty good fight. But if we're using like prime all might, yeah, he's gonna lose. Not only because of the strength difference that I just learned about. I thought My Hero Academia characters capped out at like multi city, but I'm behind the curve as usual. I only know much about One Punch Man and Naruto, so I guess I'm behind the curve. Darshan's getting bodied. Darkshine loses mainly because he has a fucking ego problem. So as soon as All Might like flexes on him and does exactly what Garrow did and just tanks his hits, he's gonna start getting weaker. Darkshine's probably a lot stronger than Mountain Level. Is just in his fight against Garrow, he kind of just folded like paper. So yeah, All Might over wow. I never thought I would see the day. Wow. Wow, man. It's crazy. I was thinking like Darkseid would slap around All Might, but I don't like thinking about it. Nah, that's just my bias. I'm gonna always be biased towards One Punch Man. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I don't apply bias to anything. Keep it real.
Like the Mangekyo and Renegon, which are evolved versions of the Sharingan, which, by the way, Obito has.
Yep, literally.
The Mangekyo not only just makes your Sharingan stronger, but every user has a unique ability with it, and Obito's ability allows him to teleport anything into his little pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Also known as Kamui.
Yep.
He teleports parts of himself in said dimension, which is why he seemingly can't be touched and can do this for a whole 5 minutes, which he could then just immediately do it again the moment the effects wear off, which is damn near invincibility.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not even fair. It's not even fair. Hey, yeah, send me some more hearts, y'all. Let me click that. Thank you.
He's also capable of controlling.
I feel like I'm on Instagram live with these little hearts popping up.
Child was capable of controlling the Nine Tails, which, by the way, naturally Genjutsu doesn't even work on Jinchuriki because the Biju themselves just snap them out of it, and Obito should very much well be capable of doing this. He has regeneration thanks to Hashirama cells, along with 5 basic chakra natures, a big ass fan, and
big ass fan. Kind of facts.
We all know it gets even crazier as Obito would then turn into Jubito, which happens due to him absorbing the 10 tails, giving him 6 path abilities. This allows him to use truth-seeking orbs, which destroy things on a molecular and spiritual level, and can make a big-ass sword made of this material. And now, absorbing the 10 tails, he should have access to things like lava, magnet, acid, and steam release, thanks to absorbing the previous Biju.
Alright, we get it, Tyler, but how hard can he hit, and how hard can he get hit? Pinpointing where Obito's AP / durability is at is a little tricky simply due to the fact that there are so many versions of the character. I
Yep.
think a good starting point is
I know my reaction so far is just, yup, yes. I mean, I have no, he's right. He's not saying nothing wrong.
While he's being trapped in a continental mini black hole, that this pain guy is not him and he needs to really worry about the dude in the mask or Obito. This tier of power is pretty consistent for Obito as we have things like half of Kurama being able to turn the
World to ash. My favorite statement.
Having a hard time against even
Turn the world to ash.
Kurama's fullest abilities.
Love using that in my debates.
The flying Raijin level 2
Debunk it.
combo, which a younger Minato with his Rasengan was recently shown to briefly.
Yeah, and this new Minato like one shot changed everything. Y'all don't understand. Minato tanked the Rasengan that overpowered a full powered Kurama who could turn the world to ash. Naruto power scaling is insane now. It's insane. Thank you, Firebee, for the subscription. Appreciate it.
Which is really weird to think about. Minato at the age of the average sophomore is contending with a planet-wiping furry. Then when we discuss Jubito, his scaling gets even crazier. Jubito sauced on both halves of the Nine Tails along with negging Hashirama, who by himself, by the way, was able to beat up and release all 9 Biju. For supplementary evidence, it's said that the sheer amount of chakra that the Ten Tails had was compared to that of a small plant. Even as a kid, he's able to catch Minato lacking with his chains, and years later react to both Onoki and the Raikage, 2 characters who should be lightspeed. Raikage himself has a statement of moving at the speed of light, which KCM Naruto proceeds to speed blitz, and then we see Mu reacting to the same Naruto, but then Onoki clashes with Mu. Meaning he should have relative speed to that of KCM Naruto, which makes sense as even a child Obito had Minato pretty much sweating. And by the time Naruto fully
Which I have to realize is that Haku was at least relativistic, so it makes sense for the high tiers to be like light speed at a bare minimum.
Into his full power,
you disagree? Let me know why.
God, yo, is that Minato? Seriously though, Obito even as a kid should easily be reaching light speed, and we know even as little as a one-tailed cloak amp from Naruto was comparable to that of a curse mark stage 2 amp, which is said to increase your power 10 times over from both Jirobo and Kiba. Naruto is able to harness all of Kurama's power against Obito, and yet Obito is still reacting to him, absorbs the 10 tails, and then becomes many times faster. Obito, even before the age of 18, should easily be FTL+, with Jubito easily reaching those MFTL+ ranges of speed. However, it should be noted that Jubito is weaker than Jubidara, 6 Paths Naruto.
Let me just say this. I don't know nothing about no massively FTL Naruto characters. I don't know if he's just stacking on that 10x multiplier. I don't know how he got there. It's a fair assumption because the Jubi amp is huge. We just don't know how much it is. I'm gonna just say FTL plus, possibly massively faster than light. I don't know how he got there though. That's a big leap, my boy. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to do a rain check.
6 Path Sasuke and Momoshiki. So if anyone is gonna bring up those calcs, it's really not fair as Jubito does not scale to that. Now it's time for Crisis to take over.
I don't know. I never heard of massively FTL Jubito. Let's just pretend he said faster than light. I can concede that. Because like I said, Haku has been stated multiple times to pass through mirrors using light. Mirrors reflect light, and also the guidebook stated that it was a light speed movement thing. Then we have the Light Fang from Madara, which would be light speed. So Jubito would be at least light speed to FTL. Right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe he's saying because he had to at least be FTL as a kid, and then he's absorbed the Biju, he is now massively FTL. Sure, I guess. That's what I'm guessing he's saying. He's saying that the chakra added from the 10 tails is such a large amp that he went from light speed to massively faster than light. But we don't have a way of knowing that for sure. So I don't like to really say for sure, oh, they're this speed. We don't know that. I usually go with a low ball because it's safer.
passively inspire fear through the Force, empower himself off feelings of hate and rage in his enemies mid-fight. He can just cause things to explode through the Force and outright vaporize people wholesale. Not to mention, again, other Sith abilities that Vader would logically be able to possess, like conjuring illusions and monstrous thralls, mind control, and on and on. This one is also pretty easy, as ancient Sith lords using amulets were able to set off supernovas, which could engulf multiple planets, with later Darksiders being stated even stronger, until the rule of two creates more powerful Sith lords, until Sidious and Vader. This is pretty much the baseline, with weaker entities in the universe being capable of cracking moons, where Vader himself seeing the dwarf star-level Death Star as beneath him. Vader, by his peak around the time of Return of the Jedi, would have access to insane and
So it sounds like Obito's fucking dead.
weakened Palpatine, still recovering from his death over Endor, managing to master and control the energies of hyperspace, with his own rage empowering it by the time of Dark Empire. Again, Sidious was weaker than he was in Return of the Jedi, when he could manipulate these higher dimensional energies, with a fatigued Vader withstanding this healthier Sidious's full power long enough to kill him, with Palpatine attributing this to his apprentice's actual power level. Not to mention that Vader is consistently either compared to, or just outright called stronger than Dark Empire Luke, who could contend with the strongest forms of Palpatine in his youthful clone body. For speed, this was Death Battle's strangest omission, as blaster bolts are called lasers or light-based over and over and over again in Legends, with Vader stated to deflect them from all sides. Even
Yep.
Obi-Wan and Mace Windu in the Clone Wars would outright react to lasers. On
Yep.
top of that, Anakin, Vader, Kylo Ren in canon, even Han Solo could...
I haven't seen the death battle, so the fact that they would disregard that sounds blatant.
literally use
Even as a non-Star Wars, like I'm not equipped to explore Star Wars fully.
usual thing in both the Legends and canon universe. Even at the formation of the galaxy, normal people had to chart hyperspace lanes with no Force abilities to establish trade routes from planet to planet. This kind of stuff is just baked into the lore at its foundation.
Now, already looking at the stats, it's not looking very good for Obito, ladies and gentlemen. His main
Nah.
ability, that being Kamui, wouldn't really work as he doesn't phase all parts of his body, meaning Vader could theoretically just pull the parts that aren't phased with force powers or just immediately crush his internal organs, since he should be fast enough to do this before Obito even subconsciously activates Kamui. Vader has legit just...
Well, not if you give him massively FTL speeds like you did.
See why he wouldn't do that to Obito immediately.
Vader as well should just have better skill, seeing as he scales to masters of all fighting styles in the galaxy, as well as having perfected all saber forms compared to the handful of fighting styles in Naruto, and precognition along with
Yeah, he saw that for Cosmic Girl to neck both. Honestly,
and incapacity.
fucking negative
The
diff.
best feat for Obito's mind hacks is suppressing the Nine Tails, and he could seemingly use infinite Tsukuyomi, but he's never actually done it in character. Some no-name Sith is capable of projecting infinity into one's brain, as seen in the Book of the Sith, and this isn't even considering the upscaling of the verse, which Vader stands towards the top of. Truth-seeking orbs might not work either, as the Force is able to work on a spiritual level and is on another dimensional tier of power, being able to affect hyperspace, which is above the third and fourth
Let me
dimension.
see. Oh, I did not mean to click that. I'm reading. It said something. There was something profoundly wrong about hyperspace, composed as it was more than three spatial, one temporal. That's a fifth dimensional thing. Yeah, Obito's not doing anything. Yeah. So based on this video, Vader kind of just fucking stomps. This wasn't even close. This wasn't even a close fucking battle. Even with the wank he did for speed for Obito, it's not really a close battle. Before I watch the next video, actually, what time is it? I might end the stream soon. Actually, it all depends. Is anybody have any more like questions? Any debate questions? Anything like that? Okay, we saw Dark Shine versus All Might. We saw how strong is Zamasu? We discussed the future for Boo versus Garo. Liu Kang. I'm hearing a lot of Liu Kang in chat. So let's look. If you're referring to, doesn't he have a new fatality? Isn't that what the hype is about right now? Isn't that what it is? It's his new fatality, isn't it? Can I show this on stream? I'll still be able to. It's on YouTube, right? That's how that works. To be fucking honest, he's just a fake version of Garou. Look at this, guys. He's gonna create a hyperspace gate. My mic is speaking. I'm sorry. He's gonna create a hyperspace gate, and he's gonna put him in a black hole. This is some Garou level stuff. So what I find interesting about this fatality in general is it kind of upscales everyone around it too. Because how is this motherfucker moving in space? Not only that, how is he breathing? Man, you can see his brain coming out. Jesus. Keepers of Time trailer. My fault. I got my normal YouTube recommended playing. Yeah, I'm a big Dashi fan. If y'all didn't know, shout outs to Dashi. Keepers of Time trailer. I haven't seen that. Let's see. To be honest, the only way to beat Garou would be to somehow be uncopyable, be on a higher dimensional tier in general, be a whole lot stronger, like a whole lot stronger, like to the point where you're speed blitzing. Because if he copies you, it's GG. Is this Baraka getting beat up? Why Baraka always getting beat? It's either him or Sub-Zero dying in every trailer.
Is the guardian of the hourglass, a celestial object which lies beyond the realms. The hourglass regulates time and destiny.
That man hit him in his booty while he was frozen in time. That's fucked up. And he called him back up. How you get punched into an alternate dimension and your alternate dimension self beats you up? But this game looks gorgeous though. Like outside the power scaling shit, this game looks beautiful as fuck.
When you restarted history, you altered the destinies of certain malefactors to neutralize them.
Crafting a timeline is a complex endeavor.
Wait. Okay, no, I'm about to say that Sub-Zero again getting beat up, but no, it's not Sub-Zero. I don't think it is. I thought I predicted it. So as of right now, we already have Liu Kang being above time or being able to manipulate time. I'll be real, that's a Garou feat. Is this dude just Garou? Wait a minute. He went back in time and altered time for humanity's sake? That's a Garou / Saitama feat. He's stealing. Let me stop. I'm joking. I'm trolling. Bro, spare my man Barack. Like he don't deserve, man. Bro sent half his body back through time. Honestly though, like outside of the, like I said, outside of the power scaling shit, this shit looks hype as fuck. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Homelander being in this game. Is that true? Is that true? Is this real? Is this dead ass or is this some fan made shit? Don't troll me now. Let me see something. Is this real? No, this shit isn't real.
And peace. Whether to live in quiet serenity.
Have you seen Omni-Man versus the S-Class? Yeah, I seen that a minute ago. First of all, you know what? Nah, the video is decent. It's fairly real. Not real. I said real because I read the thing. It's fairly accurate. Yeah, it is real. Hold on. This will probably be the last video I react to. What the fuck is this? Oh, is that Ermac? That's Ermac, right? What the fuck is this? Y'all lost me with these two. I don't know what those two are. I'm gonna be real. This looks just like him. What's his name? Anthony Starr? Something like that. Bro, this looks like a real, like, it's really just him. This don't look like CGI or like video game graphics or anything. That just looks like him. That's weirdly realistic. Quan Chi. Okay. I was like, who is that? It looks familiar, but I just like, who is this? We don't have any gameplay though, do we? Tell me that doesn't just look like they put him in the game. Like they literally just took a green screen footage and just placed them in the game. Yo, this is crazy though. Yo, that shit is crazy realistic. That's fucking insane. Like everybody else, I'm like, okay, these are like video game models, but that one just looks crazy. Yo, I gotta get this game when it comes out. I suck at Mortal Kombat. I'm more of a Marvel vs. Capcom Brawlhalla-esque guy. I'm more of a fast-paced, insanity-esque fighter game guy. I suck at everything else. But I'm gonna copy when it comes out just because it'd be fun to play against friends. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get ready to end the stream. I got a bunch of other shit I need to do today, and it's 5 p.m. here. But of course, as usual, I'm glad y'all came in. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the stream. This man says, "Son, what you watching?" I think he's talking to you, Imagine, because I don't think I'm nobody's son. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys had all your questions answered. If you guys have any other questions about characters, debates versus battles, videos I made, or you want to debate in general, Discord server is pinned up there at the top. It'll also be in the description of the VOD for the live stream. The next video that's going to drop is going to be a minute from now. I've been really, really busy with work. This is my birthday month, so I'm going to be busy trying to celebrate my birthday soon. Try to, at least. It's been like I said, it's been real busy for me. I'm barely ever home. I'm home for like a day and a half. So today is my only day home. So I just decided to live stream today. What's your thoughts on Genos scaling to the meteor? Genos should be above that fucking meteor by now. Genos is way stronger than that meteor. He scales to Psychorochi. But I'm not gonna get into that. Hey, you know what? I have a whole Genos video. Okay. Let's go to my channel. I'm gonna link it in chat. I did do a Genos video, didn't I? I bet I had done a Genos video. Maybe I didn't. Oh no, it's right here. I thought I didn't make this Genos video yet. Hey, that's gonna be the next video. It's kind of old, but it's not outdated. It's just before Lightning Core. I'll put it in chat. I did a whole video on Genos. It's pretty short, but it summarizes everything you need to know about, you know, him in general. But he should scale way above that meteor by now. That meteor was like multi-city level, which if you're using One Punch Man cities is like, oh, at the time, hell no. No, he didn't scale above the meteor at the time. No, he most definitely did. He didn't have enough. He had enough energy to ignite it, which is just a surface level feat. That's about it. But yeah, it was nice talking to everybody, hanging out. You want to talk more? I will be in the Discord chat chatting about. Otherwise, it's nice to talking to everybody.